Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me today. I've been wanting to make this video for a while and then I got a request to share it last week, so I'm not putting it off any longer. This video is all about sprouting. I love to include legumes and beans in my diet because they're so healthy, high in fiber, lots of B vitamins, including folate and niacin, as well as magnesium and zinc. The list goes on. However, I also prefer to eat a Living Foods raw vegan diet because I just feel my best this way. So I eat my legumes uncooked, and the way I do that is through sprouting. There's so many reasons to include sprouted legumes in your diet, whether or not you eat a raw Living Foods diet. Sprouting actually boosts the vitamin content of the plant, as well as increasing the fiber. There can sometimes be 2 to 3 times, and sometimes even more, the amount of vitamins in living sprouts compared to the unsprouted, fully grown plant. Also, sprouting aids with digestion because of the large number of enzymes it contains. And so I'm able to get more nutrients because soaking in sprouting helps to remove phytic acid. Phytic acid is found in grains and legumes, as well as several nuts and seeds, and it can often bind up important nutrients like zinc, copper, iron. So by eating sprouted legumes, I actually increase the bioavailability of these nutrients and I'm able to absorb them into my body more. So those are just a few of the reasons I love eating sprouts. And now I want to show you just how I do it. We are staying in an apartment right now in the Canary Islands. It's not our ideal kitchen, but we use what we have and we're grateful for it. So I want to show you just how easy it can be to sprout, even if you don't have the most incredible sprouting tools available. I'm using mung bean seeds, which we love. You can also sprout buckwheat, which is a great seed. You can sprout alfalfa, so many things. I also love green peas sprouted and garbanzo beans sprouted. So here I'm using organic mung beans, dried mung beans. It's great to get the best quality seeds or beans that you can find available, and then use also the cleanest, best water you have available. For us right now, that's bottled mineral water, which is not our top choice at all. I try to avoid plastic bottled water as much as possible. Cover the beans or legumes with water and then let them stand. Different beans and seeds can use different amount of times to soak, but typically if you soak your beans and seeds, your legumes overnight, you're pretty good to go. So we did that. I left the mung beans to sit in water overnight, and then the next morning I threw out the water, rinsed it again in clean water. You want to use your clean water for all steps of this procedure, all steps of this process. And after rinsing them, then let the beans or legumes just sit. I will say that humidity level plays a big difference in terms of how quickly your beans or legumes or seeds will sprout. Humidity will definitely speed the process. Humidity can also speed the process of not good bacteria like E. coli taking over. So you want to be really vigilant about rinsing them. You may need to rinse your legumes twice a day during the process. For us, once a day in coolish Canary Islands was just fine. So basically what you do at this point is once a day or more, depending on the humidity level of where you are staying. You rinse the legumes in clean water and then let them sit again. Doing this daily for a few days until you see these beautiful tails start forming. And then you continue doing it until the tails are as long as you want. I recommend 3 to 5 days. I ended up using these after 3 days because we were traveling the next day, and I made a delicious salad that I'll show at the end. But you can wait until the tails are much longer. And one of the other reasons I love sprouts is because depending on how long you sprout them for, you can have very long tails that can give a crunchy, watery flavor to the sprouts, and you can add that to soups. I have recipes on my channel you can check out. A curry recipe from Bali, I believe last year, has some sprouts added to it. You can also do like I did in this dish that I'll show you at the end, in which after just about 3 days, when the tails were there but not super long, I then used the sprouts. And you can use the sprouts at this stage when they're still a little starchy. You can blend them into delicious soup. Sprouted green pea soup I absolutely love. Or you can, as I did, put a little bit of apple cider vinegar and massage them, let them sit in lemon juice and ACV for several hours. That will soften them up. And then I basically just threw that into a huge bowl of greens and vegetables and some mulberries with a paprika, spicy dressing for a delicious dinner. That's how simple sprouting is, and I just really recommend that you include it in your diet for all the reasons I mentioned. It also is a wonderful way of adding variety to your meals. And different beans, different legumes will taste different. The sprouts will taste very different. Alfalfa sprouts taste very different from mung beans, from green peas. So it's one of the ways that I stay raw. If you're interested in learning more about how to stay consistent and successful on a Living Foods vegan diet, definitely check out my webinar. I will leave a link to that in the description box down below. And I recommend for anybody who wants to be healthy and vibrant on a raw Living Foods vegan diet and also on a cooked vegan diet. I also have a book out called Delicious Healing that gives you a holistic approach to achieving your best, most vibrant life. And I'll leave the link to that also in the description box below. So I hope you include sprouts in your diet. Please let me know below if you do and what some of your favorite sprouts are. I'd love to hear from you. Sending you so much love from the Canary Islands. Bye.